Welcome back to the Buffalo Take. This is episode 13. I'm Cam Dixon. I'm here with Travis Ogerbina.
What's going on, guys?
The national championship is over. College football has ended.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
sad.
Sad times
That
here.
is sad.
But Michigan, perfect season. They get it done. I told you, dude. Michigan was not losing.
We doubted them all season, too.
Yeah. Partly because of the Ohio State bias.
Probably.
But, it's good to win for Michigan. They dominated 34-13.
I mean, going into the third quarter, it wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
It was very defensive.
I thought the way they started, I thought they were just going to roll them over, but Washington battled.
Yeah.
And it ended up being a solid game overall, I guess. But Michigan's just too good.
Penix was he was kind of off.
He was off, but he was a warrior.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, he was
hurt, right?
his ribs, his arm, he was shot by the end of the game. I mean, good on him.
At
but
this. Big Ten.
Yeah, it's official. They both says Big Ten,
Wow.
even though they went 9-0 in the Pac-12. Gotta love ESPN, right? So I mean, it was a great game, great season.
It was
one
a
of the
memorable
best,
one.
Yeah, memorable for sure. One of the best college football playoffs we've seen, and it was bookended. Big Ten started with Ohio State with Zeke, and then Big Ten ended it with Michigan.
Yep.
The game, 2 teams.
Yeah. So now we're moving into the new format, new season, new college football.
It's going to be interesting. And I want to announce, nothing is official, but we are going to try to do the 2 episodes, and one of them is going to be like a 30-minute maybe off. We're going to call it the off season, where we just talk about the NFL and college football and basically just what's going on in the off season, so we can dedicate the episode on Wednesdays every week to college basketball, everything else going on. And stuff. So I'll be interested to see when we start that, but it's going to be interesting. And then college football, the world was shaken the other day. Well, yesterday. Kind of glad we delayed.
Yeah.
Nick Saban retired.
Crazy.
That came out of
I did
nowhere.
not expect it.
I mean, he's old, but I didn't think this was going to be his
there were
last
talks
season.
about it, but I didn't think they were real talks about it.
Yeah, right.
I thought they were just
it's like every year
bullshit
but,
rumors.
Yeah. And then today too, another GOAT head coach, Bill Belichick.
Yeah. And yesterday, Pete
And
Carroll.
Pete
as well.
Carroll too. Yeah, it's just everything's falling. I mean, it's going to be a whole
the end of an era.
whole new football season for college and the NFL next year, and it's going to be very different.
Yeah.
But shout out to Nick Saban though, one of the best. I think he's the best. I think he's better than
Bittersweet day.
Belichick. Yeah, it's good. We're going to miss him.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of guys who are in talks to take over for Alabama.
A lot of people said it was Dan Lanning, and it was set in stone. And then Dan Lanning comes out today and goes, "I'm staying at Oregon."
I'm glad he's staying at Oregon because I think he can put something together special this year. They're going to be a really good team.
Yeah, they will be good.
I think my favorite pick to go to Alabama might be Mike Norvell. An under the radar one, which is kind of just for jokes, but imagine if Dion went there.
I did think about that.
I was talking to my dad about it. Dude, that team would be so nasty because people want to play at Bama. As much as
I agree.
Dion makes a big presence at Colorado, I think you'd rather play college football at Alabama than Colorado.
100%.
That team would be gross.
Yeah.
They would get every transfer, every 5-star. It'd be insane. But then again, you can only have 22 guys on the field at one time.
It's gonna be
11 technically, but
tough footsteps to follow. It's gonna be tough footsteps to follow for whoever's next there.
yeah.
We'll see.
Dang, man. Jalen Milroe. You think he's gonna stay?
I think he will.
I think he's gotta stay.
He's gotta, yeah.
Whoever they bring in, or whoever's the head coach next year.
They're not gonna suck.
No, not. They're Alabama. They're still Alabama.
Yeah.
They're just not gonna have that guy at head coach, and that's the difference maker right there. But besides that, I mean, tied to that, their 5-star wide receiver from the 25 class, would it be?
I think it's 25, yeah.
Jeez.
Ryan Williams.
Ryan Williams.
Commits.
Dude, I watched some of his highlights. Or I just scrolled through them on Instagram or something. Dude, he's disgusting.
Yeah.
He's so good. I wish I was that athletic when I was a senior in high school.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But yeah, getting recruited by Bama.
Yeah.
So
that's
he
huge.
decommits.
I think there's going to be a lot of players that are going to decommit and transfer because of this, 100%.
Yeah, I think if they get the right head coach,
Yeah,
maybe those guys come back. Like
maybe.
Ryan Williams still can commit anywhere.
Yeah.
And he can still go back to Bama, but
Yep.
we'll see what happens.
Yep.
And outside of Bama, a lot of guys in the transfer portal, a lot of movement in this
Yeah.
past week, with probably
Ohio State gets 3 guys in the past
biggest,
week.
the biggest jump is Ohio State.
Yeah.
They get their guy at quarterback, Will Howard, which I hope Will Howard does good. I like him.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it.
They could have got,
I think he's
Cam
a little
Ward.
bit. Yeah. Well,
but he's going to the NFL anyways.
I think he'll be a little bit better than McCord.
Yeah, when he came in for Adrian Martinez 2 seasons ago, and they won the Big 12, and they beat TCU, which is big. He played great. He was insane.
Yeah.
And then he kind of became, I wouldn't say average. He was still a good quarterback this year, but you wouldn't think he's the guy like a CJ Stroud or Justin Fields who would take Ohio State to a national championship.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also get Quinshon Judkins from Ole Miss.
I love that.
Dude,
that's going to be a nasty backfield.
He's insane.
Henderson and Judkins backfield, wow.
His freshman year at Ole Miss was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And they got one more guy, Seth McLaughlin.
Yeah.
The Alabama center who is famously known for messing up multiple snaps in the Rose Bowl. But, it was a great week for Ohio State. I mean, good for them. And then Malachi Nelson, the 5-star from USC, commits to Boise State. That's it. I mean, he'll probably end up having a good college career there.
Yeah, Boise State's an interesting school.
Yeah. But if they gave him a chance, I think he probably would have done the same what Miller Moss did.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's USC. You got to fight, I guess. But, he'll do good. He'll do good in Boise State.
Yeah, I think so too.
Other than that, Jaquindon Jackson.
I think Arkansas.
Did he transfer to Arkansas?
I think so. I think that's what I saw.
Okay. Yeah, Jaquindon Jackson to Arkansas. Very surprising because Arkansas is on the downfall.
Yeah.
And Jaquindon Jackson may have been out of eligibility.
He might have been.
At Utah, at least. Yeah. But he would have been the guy at Utah in the backfield for hopefully if Cam Rising can be healthy.
Yeah.
But, Arkansas's got a good back now. I mean, he could play quarterback, too.
Yeah, I know.
That would be interesting to see.
That would be interesting.
They're already on the downfall. Why not run him at quarterback, see what happens? And then another one, I'm not going to say his name wrong. Tua's little brother.
Talia? I don't know. Whatever. Tua's little brother.
Tua's little brother, transferring from Maryland. He could be a good quarterback somewhere. I think he just needs a couple
he'll be solid.
weapons.
Whoever gets him, they'll have a solid quarterback.
Yeah, I agree. And then Roydell Williams in the transfer portal from Bama.
Yep.
So a lot of guys, still a lot of guys in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
That'll be something we'll talk about on the off season. But the fuck was that? It sounded like when a dog tries to hack up a.
But then there's a couple NFL draft.
Couple new guys in there. The big one, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, Marvin
just
Harrison.
declared.
He just declared. Who else
He's
declared?
Gonna be special.
I forget who even has declared recently.
There's a big list.
Yeah, there's a lot now.
Yeah, it's starting to move now that the season's over.
Yeah. Tez Walker, pretty sure
I think he was in there already.
He was.
Yeah. Malik Neighbors, I know.
Yeah.
A couple days.
Oh
ago.
yeah, I did see that one.
Yeah. We'll go through this when we
yeah.
do our mock drafts and stuff, and we'll go over this more. But
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, Kool-Aid McKinnis. He's gonna be good. I hope he's good in the NFL. But and then the only other thing in college football this week was South Dakota State.
Oh yeah.
And they won their national championship. So 2 perfect seasons in FBS and FCS. Good for those 2 teams.
Yeah.
So that's about it for college football. I mean, it was pretty quick. And moving into the NFL, we have a special guest this week. Our friend Tyler Walker.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I'm excited to talk some football.
Let's go, Tyler.
Friend of the podcast, went to high school with us, and we brought him along this week. So, week 18, we're moving on to the playoffs. Week 18 was interesting. A lot of games. I mean, not a lot really had meaning. There was a handful of them that really didn't matter, but were still weird. Started off on Saturday, which was a very fun slate of games. Pittsburgh opens up beating Baltimore, which we talked this over. I mean, I thought the Ravens would still win,
Yeah.
but Pittsburgh played a good game.
The weather was horrible.
It was
too,
terrible.
So,
It was just not a good game.
Yeah, no.
Low scoring, no Lamar. I mean,
Yeah.
what are you going to do? And Pittsburgh makes the playoffs because
Yeah,
they win that
they
game.
did.
And they get the other dominoes to fall, so we'll be seeing them Sunday.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence collapse. Right? Jacksonville allowed him to
Yeah.
get in. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was big.
Yeah.
It's funny because Tennessee was the team to help us.
Yeah.
They beat Miami earlier in the season, and they take down Jacksonville so we can clinch.
Tennessee.
Yeah, so Pittsburgh gets the job done. They make the playoffs, and then right after, probably one of the best game of the week, I'd say, or maybe besides
Yeah.
Texans Colts was
It was-
so good.
yeah, it was a
That
very
game
good
was
game.
fantastic. C.J. Stroud got his over in passing yards by half a yard on Prize Picks at least, and Nico Collins had a
Yeah,
game.
he did.
195 yards. He went off. He had a breakout season.
Yeah.
He had a great
That's
year.
what happens when you play with C.J. Stroud, I guess.
Yeah, Tank Dell was on track, and then he got
Yeah.
hurt, unfortunately. But, yeah, Houston looked good, and
They're a team that scares me.
Well, if you have C.J. Stroud, I think anything. You could win
Yeah.
any game.
Yeah.
That one ball he threw from
Yeah.
the 20 landed on the 20.
yeah,
Really good.
he's special, dude.
That's why I'm glad that Tennessee
Yeah.
won.
Houston-
Otherwise, we'd
Houston
be playing
could-
Houston.
I mean, well, Houston's got to get
Right?
past Cleveland first,
Yeah,
though,
I know.
but Houston could beat Baltimore.
They could.
I'm still waiting for the Joe Flacco collapse. So.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it's
it's-
gotta happen.
You'd think, though. I mean,
Maybe
they.
it's this weekend.
Joe
He's
Flacco,
been throwing 3 picks a game. I mean,
I know.
it's not too
Yeah, he's-
sustainable.
Still whipping the ball 400
It's
yards.
still better
3
than
touchdowns.
the guy that they had him before,
But the thing
PJ
is-
Walker.
yeah.
The thing is, when they play, I'll get into this later when we talk about the playoffs, the
Yeah.
games.
True. Yeah, so Houston gets the job done. And that game was fun because it was on the Saturday. They still had to wait for Jacksonville, Tennessee
Yeah.
to see if they won the division, too. So,
Motor was doing some work.
yeah,
Mhm.
It's
dude.
good to see.
It's good
Motor.
to see Singletary get some time somewhere because,
Yeah.
I mean, he
He's NFL.
What
running
happened to
back.
Damian Pierce?
he just doesn't do anything, I
He
guess.
just fell off the face of the earth.
I still think he was overhyped,
Probably.
but he was good.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like he
And then
was
they
just
stopped
terrible.
using him.
Yeah, they just stopped
Yeah.
utilizing him. And
I don't
I
know.
just, I don't.
Interesting.
Moving on to Sunday, then. Cincinnati dominates Jeff Driscoll. Not a surprise there. I mean,
Yeah.
what are you gonna
Doesn't have
do?
much people starters in.
I didn't know they had another quarterback after Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I know.
I thought that was it. Joe Mixon had a great game. I think he had a couple touchdowns.
Yeah.
Besides that, Cincinnati, their season's over. They had a down year. Joe Burrow gets hurt.
Good.
Yeah.
That's one of the teams that scares me.
Is that can we say that Joe Burrow has an injury problem, or is it?
I mean, he kind of does. He gets hurt a lot.
I mean, yeah.
But it's like it's season ending. It's not
Yeah.
like if it was here and there, I think we'd have an injury problem. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe not yet.
I mean, he was plagued with the calf for half the
Yeah.
year.
True.
He did
Yeah.
do that. Is right. That's
True.
true.
Yeah.
Maybe
We'll
he
see
is.
though. We'll see when he comes back.
I don't know, it
I think he's
sucks.
pretty frail. I don't know.
Yeah.
This little baby boy.
Yeah.
And then Detroit beats Minnesota. What a year for Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
I mean, they finished 14. They finished 12-5.
They still do have the longest streak of not winning a playoff game since 1990. So.
And now they go up against the prodigal son,
Oh yeah, Stafford.
and I saw CBS made a Kung Fu Panda with the Tai Lung, the Kung Fu Panda edit on their TikTok. I don't know why. It was interesting. But yeah, so Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
despite Nick Mullins' 300 and why are all these backup quarterbacks just slinging the ball? Like, do they not know? Like, when a backup quarterback
I
gets
don't
in,
know,
aren't you
dude.
supposed to hand the ball off?
Yeah. What?
Now
I mean,
there's
us-
nothing to play for though.
Yeah, True. Also, Minnesota doesn't have like a premier back.
Got us at 192 yards.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. And then Tennessee, man.
Wow.
Another coach that got fired though, Vrabel.
That one makes no sense. I don't get it.
I think it's kind of similar to Pete Carroll. I mean, Pete Carroll's old as dirt, but
Yeah.
it's time for a change. Like
It's
they're
stale.
they're going on the same track
I
every
guess,
year,
yeah, that makes sense.
and they got worse this year. So I think they're gonna start a
I
rebuild.
still don't think the coaching was the problem there.
No,
I
it
guess
definitely
I
wasn't.
just think they're probably just like cleaning out house. Like,
Yeah, it
get
definitely
everybody
wasn't
new
the
in here.
coaching. Taylor Lewan said it best on Rich Eisen's show the other day. He was talking about how the talent's just not there, which is true.
Mhm.
And Derrick Henry's
Yeah.
probably going to leave.
Yeah, sounds like it. Hopefully, he doesn't go to Baltimore. Which
I don't know about it. I think his message is still pretty prevalent because they were able to rally and beat Jacksonville. I would have liked to see one more year with him and Will Levis at least.
I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
him and Will Levis would have been good.
Will
together.
Levis is a warrior.
They got to put their trust in him because
know.
I think he could be good. I don't know. And then the worst game that I saw highlights of, I didn't even watch. The Jets
Oh.
beat the Patriots
wasn't it
17-3.
snowing?
It was,
horribly? Yeah.
Brees Hall though, legacy game.
Yeah. 37 carries.
Yeah,
Oh my
they
gosh.
just that's
I mean, yeah.
when you
in
got the, rain
snow,
like
yeah.
that, or the snow, yeah, not the rain. You
88
got the snow
yards.
like that. The Jets get the job done, 17-3. Those teams were terrible. I mean, doesn't help that Aaron Rodgers got hurt and Zach Wilson's not any good, but
Yeah.
they get the job done there. And
13
Those are two of
Patriots.
those seasons have nothing good about them.
yeah,
at all.
no, and,
Nothing,
and then the
nothing
Patriots.
Good, nothing to take away from those seasons at all.
Yeah, and then it's been speculation since the Colts game. Bill Belichick is done, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
Earlier. It's just gonna be a wild year next year.
LA maybe.
I don't know.
I think Atlanta. From what everybody's been saying, Atlanta has interest in him, and they've been in talks.
I think Harbaugh goes to LA.
I think so too.
Was that Arthur Smith's first year in Atlanta this year?
No, second.
Do you understand the firing there? I don't.
He kind of sucks.
Yes, 7-9 is not too horrible
Yeah,
though.
but he doesn't.
No.
He didn't use Kyle Pitts, and he didn't use.
Bijan Robinson.
Robinson.
Yeah,
True.
They need to draft.
It
a
was an
quarterback,
interesting
is what they
hiring.
need to do.
but I think he just will. I think it got to a point where he wasn't going to get the job done regardless. They got to do a full-fledged rebuild
They
built around Bijan and Kyle Pitts
They need a quarterback.
and some of their
Yeah.
offensive line pieces. They do need a quarterback.
Desmond Ridder is not.
Yeah,
gonna cut
they
it for you.
they got lit up,
Yeah.
and Arthur Smith losing his shit at the end of the game because Jameis Winston wanted to give Jamal Williams
That
a
was
touchdown.
hilarious.
Dennis Allen didn't even know that his
Yeah,
team
I know.
changed it, and he was
That's
just getting
why I love
bitched out.
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, Jameis Winston
You
does
can't
whatever
hate
he
the
wants.
guy.
Dude. Like, yeah, it's about I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it's
Respect.
yeah,
but
it's about
there's-
respect.
There's no respect in the NFL, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a competitive game.
They're professionals.
It's an unwritten
They're
rule.
playing for millions.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not neighborhood
Yeah.
football. you
When
know?
it's unwritten, you can't expect it to be held up by everybody.
Yeah.
So I don't know. New Orleans just dominated them, which was fun to watch.
Yeah.
And then just the weirdest game: Tampa Bay beats Carolina 9-0. That had no meaning. All Tampa Bay had to do was win.
Yep.
And
they
they
did
won
it.
9-0.
They won.
Just oh my God, Carolina sucks. Yeah, Carolina's gonna struggle for a long time. They got to build. That's another team. They got a full-fledged rebuild around
Yeah.
Bryce Young coming.
Yeah.
Green Bay, another low-scoring game, beats Chicago 17-9. Jordan Love, he's gonna carry on the ownership.
Yeah. He's good. He's there. He's
God,
gonna be there
For only
franchise
17
quarterback.
points, their stats are crazy.
Yeah, I know. That is crazy.
Don't be surprised with an upset this
Yeah.
week. I'm telling you.
I like Green Bay
Yeah,
this week.
I know.
I think that's might be my
Dallas
pick
has
of the
been good
week.
at home all year. It's time for them to have a clunker and
Yeah.
Yeah,
against Green Bay.
who better?
Yeah.
Who better? And then Vegas gets the job done against Denver. Zamir White had a great game.
Yeah. Antonio Pierce should
He should stay.
should
as head
stay as
coach,
coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know he's
100%.
interviewing, or he was requested to interview for some jobs, but
The
He should
AP
stay in
chant
Vegas.
began with 101 left. Raiders fans join in. the players and making them.
Yeah,
They wanna
the
know.
fans want him, the players want him. It all comes down to
Yep.
Mark Davis, that big child.
I mean, you're an idiot if you don't hire him.
Mark Davis needs to go
You are an
bald.
idiot.
His haircut haunts
Yeah,
me.
he's so ugly.
God, he's a special looking individual. Yeah, and then the Giants.
G-men.
We said this last week. We said we won't be surprised if
Yeah.
the Giants win this game.
Yeah,
and they did.
Dude, the Eagles handed away that division. I'm so
Yep, they
pissed.
did.
Like, I'm not mad, but I am mad. You know, like I don't care that the Eagles lost their
Yeah.
division, but at the same time, they handed that division to Dallas.
They did.
They were what 10-2.
Yeah,
and
the
the
Bills
Bills were
ruined them.
6-6.
It's more my hatred for Dallas that makes me upset that
Yeah.
they lost.
Yeah, but I also have
Yeah, I
hatred for
agree, yeah.
Philly. I just do. I don't know.
Yeah.
This Dallas, man.
I know. I hate both.
You
of
think
them.
America's
I hate the
team
NFC East.
would do something?
I hate the NFC East.
Yeah.
Buffalo T-Mobile.
Yeah, Ty Goat Taylor.
I don't think it's a
Love
surprise.
Tyrod.
I don't think it's a surprise the Giants have looked the best when they have not played Daniel Jones or
don't think it's a surprise.
I don't know.
either.
Daniel Jones.
DeVito.
Yeah.
I think if they played Tyrod Taylor, they may have actually made the playoffs.
DeVito was like Linsanity.
I agree.
Danny
with that,
Jones.
You think that?
Yeah, I
I think
agree.
if they played Tyrod the whole year,
I
they would have
do.
made the playoffs.
Because Tyrod played good against us too. He almost beat us.
Yeah, Tyrod.
Yeah.
He's still a good quarterback.
I mean, Tyrod took us to the playoffs for the first time
Yeah.
in 17 years.
No, I
so
know.
yeah, he still can be a good quarterback.
Now, in the playoffs, I don't know.
get you to the
But
playoffs.
I just think Daniel Jones isn't the answer for them.
Definitely not. And they paid
Not
him
for that amount of money.
Yeah.
that much money is just
It's like
rid-
30,
ridiculous.
33 or something.
Yeah.
What is it? I don't know.
Way too much. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Too much.
All right, enough.
And then Seattle, they got a close win over Arizona. Seattle should have made the playoffs.
Yeah, I know. It sucks.
Yeah.
We liked them all season.
Yep.
Those are
Hey,
those are NFC teams.
if they get the right coach and they get the right situation, I mean, Gino can do it, but if they find a new QB, they can make the playoffs
Yeah.
pretty easily. They got a good
Yeah.
team.
I kind of like Locke.
I mean, what?
I kind of like Locke.
You like Locke?
I don't know. I mean, he came in
He's
that
not
he had a
horrible.
really good drive in crunch time.
That's true.
He didn't really get that good of a shot in Denver. So
Yeah.
I mean, he could.
I don't know.
If they give him a serious shot, I'd be
Yeah.
interested to see how that goes.
I mean, he was traded there originally to start, and then
Mhm.
Gino beat him out. But no,
Is Lockett's contract up? Or yeah, probably is
Lockett.
with them.
I think so.
He's got to be a free agent.
He's getting older, but he's
Yeah.
he's that veteran presence in that wide receiver room.
I think it's a
Yeah.
good
JSN
We
and
got
DK,
JSN,
and then Jake Bobo too.
and- yeah.
They
So
got a
they're
great
set at
receiving
receiver.
core,
Yeah,
and they're great. They're great at running back.
Yep.
They're getting even better on offensive line.
Yeah.
DBs are great. Linebackers and
How did
D line
they're-
can
I
be
guess
better.
They're just young.
Yeah,
They're
their
just young.
their
That's it.
DBs are all I
Yeah.
think within their rookie contracts.
Yeah.
They're gonna be pretty good
They'll
next
be
year.
good,
I'm
yeah.
excited for that team. And then Kansas City somehow beats the Chargers, which
Yeah.
whatever. That game didn't mean shit. The Rams beat the Niners, which was that got the Rams. Chris Conley was the leading receiver. Holy shit! I haven't heard
I
that
didn't
name in
even watch-
years. Oh my
Carson
god!
Wentz had 56 yards rushing.
Dude, that game was a blur. Chris Conley
I
though.
did not even pay attention.
This
to
dude,
one.
do you remember Chris Conley?
No.
Bro,
Conley.
oh my god, I haven't.
No, I don't remember him.
yeah, I don't know.
Receiver.
I haven't. I thought he retired. I haven't heard this name in.
I mean, I hear the name Chris all the time.
Yeah, that's a pretty common
Some
one.
some people will understand. Some people will understand that. But oh my god, Chris Conley, holy shit. Khalil Shakir, I didn't even realize he.
Yeah, yeah.
Receiving.
I know. I looked at that too. I was like, what?
Dallas
Yeah,
blows
Rams
out
did that.
Washington, which makes sense. I mean, Washington was done.
Is
the Rams won that game?
Is Howell's job at stake for next year?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
After Ron Rivera's gone,
100%.
I think because whoever they bring in could draft a quarterback, could not. Whatever happens, I think Drake May goes to the Commanders with the third or second pick or whatever they have.
I
'Cause-
liked his rookie year, man. I think another
Sam
team
Howell, yeah,
could take a chance on him. I think he did
Maybe,
pretty
yeah.
good.
He did good. If he gets fine tuned and he gets some weapons around him, I think he can be a
Yeah.
good
Was
quarterback.
it like a 3-year rule? You give your quarterback You cut him off after 3 years. He had one
Yeah, you could.
hopeful year. I don't know. I mean, if Zach Wilson's still getting reps,
That's true. That is
That's
true.
very true.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they could go any route. They need help everywhere. So they could go any route. And, I mean, they could take Marv if he falls to them.
Yeah.
So.
They could.
And then the game of the week.
Those first 3 quarters gave me a heart attack.
It's the Bills.
I know.
I'm not surprised that it was a heart attack game.
I mean, the Bills winning close games. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
That is a
That,
big deal.
That's scary. When the Bills are winning close games, they're a scary team.
As Rich Eisen said, don't let them in.
Don't let them in the
let them
tournament.
in.
And who would have thought the two guys who have been quiet, underwhelming all year, Hardy and Sherfield.
I know.
Had pretty big
Dude.
plays.
I hate Sherfield still. I mean, come on. That was the first time he's ever done anything for us.
Well, he
Pretty
did
much,
get
yeah.
more snaps. I mean,
Yeah.
normally he gets like 5 snaps a game. I feel like he had like 33 snaps. He's not gonna change anything, but
Yeah. I mean, he had 1 touchdown that was very lucky.
yeah, I mean it's about time the Bills got some luck
I mean, yeah.
their way, right?
I'll
Yeah,
agree.
it's starting.
I
The
just
ship
don't think-
is the ship turning
I just
around.
don't
That's
like
a real
Sherfield
question.
still. I like Hardy though.
Hardy,
I
was
do like Hardy.
that was electric. Couldn't have happened at a better time. He scored at 7:16 was on the clock.
Yeah,
after that,
I
right?
did see that.
Just beautiful.
I'm just so happy it came to fruition with oh crap, I forgot. That's my bad. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Hey, that's all right. It happens.
damn.
It happens. It happens to the best of us. Yeah. So
Gabe got hurt. Though.
yeah, he'll be okay.
So did
though.
Rasul, but I think he'll
I
be fine.
they will.
I think
All,
Rasul will be
I
fine.
think they'll all be okay.
Yeah, I
Gabe-
don't think Gabe will play this.
Gabe
week,
was
though.
a PCL strain.
I think
so
take
he'll-
this week off.
He
too.
could, yeah. I don't. I think we'll sit a few guys because I mean I don't want to say it because
Yeah,
it's the
I know.
Steelers.
I know.
But at the same time, we should be able to beat the Steelers
And the
without
Steelers-
some of these guys.
Here's the fact: the Steelers are 1-10 without T.J. Watt.
Yeah, and TJ
So-
Watt, dude, that's
That's
that
huge
and
for us.
Sam Laporta. Those were the 2 most devastating injuries.
Yeah,
of the
that.
league.
Yeah.
Sam
Yeah,
Laporta didn't even
Laporta's-
have to play.
Laporta sucks.
That blows. I feel
Yeah.
bad for the Lions fan base, but TJ Watt is just brutal. I mean, you gotta think they're in the playoffs, and
Yeah.
then their guy gets rolled out. He's the best defensive player in the league.
You know, any other year you don't have like a Laporta. I'm telling you, Kincaid would be all over the
No,
headlines.
I know.
Yep.
Kincaid is having
Laporta came out of nowhere. It's
Kincaid's
so
having
annoying.
maybe the best year ever by Bills tight end. he
Yeah,
has the
I know.
most receptions
Yep.
ever by Bills tight end. I think
Yeah.
that's being
And
overlooked because
nobody's talking
Laporta.
about it.
And
yeah.
of course, it's just because there's another.
That only
rookie.
happens to the Bills.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
And I saw Rasul Douglas. Dane Jackson told him, "I got
Yeah,
you."
yeah.
So don't.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
a good sign.
I
meaning
like Dane. He's a solid backup.
He's good to
He's
come
solid.
in. He may not be good to
yes.
start, but
He was sitting there for a while. So, but when he was really rolling earlier in the season,
Yeah.
he was playing great.
I've always liked Dane.
Yeah, he's the depth and
Yes.
and dude, this defense.
They are saving
With
us.
all these
They are
injuries-
winning us football games. I will not lie.
best defense since the first playoff
So
appearance
good.
against Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
that year.
Our defense is playing amazing.
yeah, we lose that game without our defense
100%.
playing
Yeah.
that good. Same with
Tua-
the Patriots game. We
Tua.
lose that game if our defense isn't good.
Yep. Tua sucks. But moving on to the playoffs now. We get the 2 seed.
Oh.
And Pittsburgh comes to us. So we'll start I guess we'll just start on Saturday. We got our first guest picker with
Yeah.
Tyler here, and
Do that for the edit.
yeah,
I'll figure it out.
took us
I'll do it tomorrow.
all of the however many weeks we've been doing this, 13 now, to get a guest on here. We finally did it. So
Happy to be here.
happy to have you. And, so Saturday, January 13th, in 2 days. Yeah, in 2 days. We see Cleveland and Houston, 4:30 on NBC. In Houston, Houston's the 4 seed. Cleveland is the 5 seed.
I'm telling you right now, Houston wins this game.
I don't disagree with you. I like Houston this one.
I love Houston in this one. I think C.J. Stroud can go head to head with Joe Flacco, and once Joe Flacco makes a mistake, Texans are up.
Texans take over.
Yeah.
Dude, I like this game. This probably will be one of the more fun. Well,
Yeah.
this will probably be.
I think
There's
the Green Bay game
these,
is going to be
These
the
wild
most
card
fun.
games are so good. Yeah, I like Houston.
What about you, Ty?
I like I think Cleveland's gonna win, but I feel like Houston's like the 2019 Bills, coming in playing on house money with a good quarterback who can make any throw on the field and who's very athletic. But I think Cleveland's defense beats C.J. Stroud. You know, I mean, he had a good game this week, but before that, he was struggling after his concussion. But
That's true.
I wouldn't be surprised if Houston won, but I'd pick Cleveland for this week.
I
I think
either
Cleveland's
way, yeah.
defense has been
Yeah.
money
True.
recently.
Yeah, I like that take. Yeah. Yeah, Cleveland's got to go into the enemy, and I think
Stroud only has
they'll
5
play good.
interceptions this year.
Should be a great.
That's insane.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's really best
Yeah.
ratio, right? Touchdown to interception
Probably,
ratio.
I think so.
Yeah.
He's 23-5, so.
The
There
only
was
good
no
Ohio
quarterbacks.
quarterback.
There was no quarterbacks with 40 passing touchdowns this year.
Yeah, no, there weren't.
First time since 19, I think.
Only one with 40 total too, right?
Yeah.
I think Allen was
That's
the only
our
one.
guy.
Yeah.
MVP.
Fourth year in a row.
So, 8
Saturday
o'clock,
night.
the Peacock game. Woo!
Like, why?
Nobody's gonna watch it, dude. There's like 15
No,
people who have
I'll
Peacock.
watch it.
I watch it on streaming. Miami at Kansas City. Miami's got to go to Arrowhead. It's going to be way too cold for Miami.
I agree.
Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs are going to win.
I think the Chiefs' pedigree will make
Yeah.
them be a really good playoff team here. And
Yeah.
I don't think the Dolphins have won one game where it's under like 30 degrees
Nope.
or something.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it's not even because my hate for either team.
Yeah,
It's just
think-
based off
yeah.
the stats. They can't win in the cold weather.
Yeah, the
And
weather.
then ever since Tua's like tattoo incident, you know,
Yeah.
they haven't been as good. You know,
Numbers
And
don't
I
lie.
mean, it's the Chiefs in the playoffs, too. They're a different team in the playoffs. Let's face it.
They are.
Yeah.
Arrowhead in the playoffs.
I would not be scared of the Chiefs though.
If they come to Buffalo, I won't be scared of them.
It'll be
It'll be a great game.
like the Twilight Zone. Dude.
Yeah.
That'd be weird to see them in Buffalo.
Yeah, they will. And then they play in Buffalo next year.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
We got a
Finally.
couple of good
schedule
home
was
games. We
released.
got the
Yeah.
49ers at home too.
Mm.
And Sunday.
Arizona too, right?
Yeah.
Really good.
Really good.
Hopefully no.
Yeah.
Hail Mary.
Oh God. And Sunday. 1 o'clock on CBS from our home. Buffalo, Pittsburgh.
And they're calling for some
Big
lake
game.
effect snow.
It's gonna be some dog
Yeah.
shit weather.
Tickets $103.
Yeah, I'm gonna tailgate and then I'm gonna go sit on the couch at home and
Yeah.
watch this game.
I mean, they should win.
We already
They should
know
easily
who
win.
we're going with. I'm interested to see if we can cover
Yeah.
because we really haven't covered the big spreads this year. But give me
Yeah.
the Bills. Go Bills.
The only way they win is if it's gritty.
Yep.
So, hey, 31-17 Bills, I think.
Good
I
score.
like that. I like that.
I'm going to go with 24-10 Bills.
I kind of want to go low scoring because of the weather.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
what
look
I-
at the
that's
Dallas
what I
game. We
did.
could run.
True.
I could see a Dallas type game.
I'll go. You know what? I'll go 21-10. I don't think Pittsburgh's offense can do anything against us.
Yeah.
They'll get one.
keep Pickens.
They'll get a touchdown because of course they will, right?
Yeah.
Just keep Pickens out
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
He's a
If they don't throw to Pickens, they're not good.
Yeah, I agree.
And I mean, Deontay Johnson's still good.
And if the weather's like that, they won't be throwing much.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if Mason Rudolph can throw. I don't know much about him.
Go Bills, man. I saw on TikTok. I don't know whose post it was, but the first like comment on the post was, it's like, chat, as a Steelers fan, are we cooked? And the first comment under it was, as a Bills fan, anything can happen. So
That's true. Yeah.
yeah, I could definitely see a heart attack game coming on Sunday.
Still can't believe we're 2 seed.
I know.
I
It
know,
feels
that
great.
is crazy.
It feels
Yeah.
Could be the 1 seed, but you know.
It's so funny seeing
Had
those,
to lose to the Patriots, had to lose to the Jets,
Yep.
had to lose to the Broncos.
seeing that meme come true with the Undertaker, and there's the emoji at the Bills logo on
Yeah.
him, and then
Yeah.
just so great, so great.
Yeah. And then 4:30. I would argue that this is the game of the week.
Yeah. And Dallas is going to get bounced first round again.
I like that take. Dude,
Dak's gonna continue to have no playoff wins on his resume.
I wonder what. Do you think they stay with him?
yeah,
Yeah.
they will.
You-
They will. They will. I don't want
I
to
think,
doubt him
yeah,
too
especially
hard.
After this year.
I don't want to doubt him too hard, but Jordan Love is hot.
Yes.
Like him, it's the same thing with CJ Stroud. These two guys are hot.
House money too,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and nothing to play for.
Hot,
or nothing,
hot, hot.
nothing. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be a good game.
That'll be a
I
good game.
I just want a high scoring shootout. That's
Yep.
all I want. If Green Bay wins, great, because that's my pick of the week. Green Bay +7, so they should cover, right? It's gonna be a good game unless Dallas just comes out swinging.
Yeah, either they're gonna
Dallas is
barely,
gonna blow them
no,
out.
Green Bay will barely win, or Dallas is
Or
gonna
Dallas,
blow them out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like Green Bay. I really do.
I'm gonna go with Dallas. I'm gonna take the safe. pick.
Really?
I'm gonna take the safe.
wow. After all that talk about Green Bay,
I want to.
I'm rolling with Green Bay, man.
I'll ride with Green Bay too.
Pick. Don't forget
the
Dallas is
cheeseheads.
undefeated at home.
That's true, but that's even more the reason they're gonna blow it in the playoffs. They stink in the
bound to
playoffs.
lose one.
They stink in the playoffs, Dallas.
And then this is the best slate of games, dude. I love these wild card games.
Stafford going back home.
The script was written. Rams Lions in Detroit. The prodigal son returns. 8:00 on NBC. Dude, this is gonna be a great game.
It's hard to pick these games.
I
man.
know.
None of these are good, like easy
Yeah.
picks besides the Bills. Really, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
I'm gonna base it off this whole season.
The Rams have been my
I'm gonna ride.
team, my sleeper team,
Really?
for a while. To go like make a run in the playoffs.
Yeah, you have been saying that. But dude, I've been riding with the Lions for so long.
You have.
I can't
You
stop
have,
now.
too.
Dan Campbell.
I just
Coach
still
of the
don't
year.
think they're that good.
I think
I don't
Detroit
think they're
wins.
that
No
good.
Sam Laporta is gonna be a big
I know.
hurt, but
They're trying to break their drought. I think they win.
I'm gonna go Rams. I'm
You
going
got
Rams.
24 years of anguish since the last win in the playoffs.
And
I think
the
we
they're-
have-
Rams won the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
we have
Let's
felt
not
that
forget
before.
that.
I know oh man. This is crazy. I just realized now looking at this, both quarterbacks played for the other team.
Yeah.
I only was focused on Stafford
Yeah.
playing for the
Oh,
Lions,
wait,
and
yeah, what? I
I,
didn't even think
I
of that.
forgot Goff played
You're
for the
right.
Rams.
Goff returns.
It's
Well, not returns, but he's playing his old team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, this is the
That's
most
crazy.
script game I've ever seen in my life. But
I'm riding with the Rams.
I gotta ride with Detroit.
I think the
Okay.
Lions win as well.
All right.
Good. And then Monday, 8:15, the night before the semester starts. Philly and Tampa.
I heard the weather's gonna be terrible for this game.
Oh, great.
So anything can happen here.
I think Philly wins. I still think Philadelphia will win.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, you do have the better quarterback. You have the better
They're in
tools.
Tampa though.
They are in Tampa, but
Again, second time this season.
I mean, they were in the Super Bowl last year. It's hard to ignore that.
Yeah. What do you like, Travis?
I mean, I feel like you can't pick against Philly though.
Yeah.
Against Tampa, they put up 9 points against Carolina.
True.
What was the score earlier in the season?
Um,
Because it was raining during that game too.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Philly.
I'm gonna pick Philly.
I
too.
think
I
I've
just wanna
picked-
see.
Considering I picked Green Bay and Houston because I said their quarterback was hot, and I think, Baker's not technically hot by statistics, but
Mhm.
he's hot, I guess.
He's in a down couple
So
games.
Yeah.
they beat the Bucks 25-11.
Yeah, I think
Week 3.
I think Philly gets it done.
11?
25-11 week 3.
What
Yeah.
the?
It was raining that game.
2-point conversion and a field goal?
Yep.
Oh yeah. What?
11's a weird score.
That was a weird
Yeah.
score.
Yeah, I think Philly's. They just
Yeah.
they want it too much to lose now. They'll run into a tougher team down the line.
Yeah.
Well, now Sirianni's kind of in the hot seat, so maybe they rally. But I don't know if the players really like him that much. I mean, I think they'd have to because
I think
took
he's
him
starting to
the Super Bowl.
lose the
The
faith.
locker room. I think he's starting. to
Not
lose
the
it.
locker
I
room
think
as
he
much
is.
as a little bit. I wouldn't say he's not losing the locker room, but he's starting to lose the faith of the fans.
the fans. Yeah,
I don't like AJ Brown.
You don't like
I think
AJ
he's a
Brown?
diva.
I agree.
But aren't they
I-
all?
Yeah, but I mean, you went to the Super Bowl last year with this quarterback. Sorry, you're not getting all the targets. I
True.
mean, you have
Well,
a lot of talent on that team.
Yeah. When you have to split,
Be the best
I mean,
decoy.
Yeah, right. When you have to split between AJ Brown and Devonta Smith, you're not going to get obviously as many catches.
Yeah.
But then when you have more guys who are playing good, you got Dallas Goedert, DeAndre Swift.
Yep.
Obviously, you're not going to get 10 catches a game.
And Hurts, he's obviously banged up, so they're
Yeah.
handing the ball off more,
And-
right?
I did take Tampa plus 3.5 for my pick of the
So you
week.
got the cover, but you're going to
So,
take Philly.
yeah.
By a field goal, Philadelphia.
Yeah, they could win by field goal.
Yeah, so those are our picks. We got the Yeah.
I think a for sure lock is I think Green Bay covers. I don't know.
+7 seems like a lot
Yeah.
for that game. But at the same time,
what's Houston's line?
I think it's 2.
Cleveland's -2, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good line.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not,
no.
not
I think
good
I
to
would
bet
That's a
on.
scary
I
one.
would just take Houston money line.
Yeah.
Do you want to just do our Super Bowl picks now?
Sure.
All right.
I mean, it's both going to be the same.
Yeah. Why not?
All three.
All
gonna
three
be
gonna
good.
be the same.
We'll go through the
We're
bracket.
biased.
We'll go through the bracket.
Yeah, okay.
So I mean, after the wild card, our brackets would look something like. Well, mine would be Houston would be taking on the Ravens. Kansas City would be in Buffalo. And that'd be the same for all of us besides
No, I chose
Ty because he.
Oh yeah, I chose Cleveland. Yeah.
And then in the NFC.
Yeah, let's just go through the AFC first. Then
Yeah,
the NFC.
okay.
Yeah.
So my pick would be, I think C.J. Stroud luck runs out, and you'd see Ravens Bills
Yeah.
in the AFC Conference Championship.
I agree. In Baltimore.
Yeah, but hey, we've gone in a Baltimore
Taron Johnson game.
before. Dude.
Well,
We're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I hope so.
I got Bills winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Book
yeah,
it.
Bills win the Super
Just
Bowl too.
the humor. I think we should choose a team if it's not going to be the Bills.
If it's not
we're
gonna
all
be
a little
the Bills,
biased.
yeah, I
If it's
agree.
not the Bills, it's Ravens 49ers. I think that's been my. That's
yeah.
been my.
I
Super
think
Bowl
if the
pick for a
Bills
while
don't win it,
now.
I think the Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl this year. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Ravens. I like the Ravens being the AFC
yeah.
contender.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be AFC.
Yeah.
Deep down, I'm still a little scared of Kansas City. But I know
I-
they
yeah,
look
you
they
have-
look
you have to
they
be.
look horrible. But I mean that
It's still Kansas City.
Yeah. But then the NFC side, what did we have? We have
I'd have Green Bay,
You'd have-
Detroit, and Philly.
and I'd have
You'd have LA, Dallas, and Philly. I don't know. I think the 49ers. It's gonna be 49ers or Eagles for me.
oh yeah, 49ers.
But I
then-
think I got the 49ers making it out of the West. Or NFC, not the West.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, I can only see the 49ers.
Hey, maybe
winning.
Dallas Buffalo Super Bowl. Run it back.
Maybe. Dude, I don't think Dallas makes it there, though.
I honestly,
They gotta
If
win
they
a lot.
I'd be
though-
surprised if they made it past the divisional, so into the NFC Championship. I don't think they're gonna.
I'd be surprised if they make it past Green Bay.
I
It's going to be a tough game for them.
I would not be
Green Bay's
Yeah.
gonna
comfortable
wanna
as a Dallas fan
No.
this week.
I mean,
No, yeah.
I'm not even comfortable as a Bills fan. so-
Yeah.
When are you
It's the
comfortable
playoffs.
as
The
the Bills
playoffs
fan?
are different.
Exactly.
I mean, the
Playoffs are different
Yeah.
time of year.
The Bills have won the most in the past 4 years with the Chiefs, and we're still not comfortable.
Yeah.
That's just being a Bills fan.
Yeah. So there's our picks. I mean, other than that, there's been a lot of coaches.
Yeah.
That have been
Arthur
getting fired.
Smith.
Pete
Bill
Carroll's done.
Belichick,
Bill
Pete
Belichick's done. Ron Rivera's done.
Ron
Mike
Rivera.
Vrabel.
I don't know. It'll be an interesting offseason. A lot of jobs up for grabs.
This
Yeah.
has to be the most coaches in a while.
It's 25% of the league.
Jeez.
So it's.
I
eight
saw
teams
the,
are without a head coach right
Yeah,
now.
I saw the stat where it was like the teams who said who openly said they weren't gonna pursue Lamar Jackson last year. 4 of their 5 head coaches got fired.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Sold on Lamar, being that is.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
he's their,
yeah, we
he's their
are.
guy.
Yeah.
Just like Josh is our guy.
No,
People would say the same thing about us. Are we sold on Josh
I'll
because
never
of the
be-
interception?
I just can't.
I'll never be sold on anything Bills.
Yeah.
He gets his stats, man. I mean, he's good. But I don't know if I'd put him in like Mahomes, Allen, Burrow.
I think he's right there.
I think he's there.
I mean, what did he throw for? 16 touchdowns last year. Like
He just doesn't have
20 the year before.
The playoff success.
Yeah, I guess.
If
He's
he
good
wins-
for sure, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
Other than the coach firings in the NFL, nothing much has happened. I mean,
No.
it's been a pretty quiet week.
Yeah. Well, not really, but.
Bill, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
For the news, it wasn't
Yeah.
a quiet week, but like in the terms of the quantity of news, it was a
Yeah.
quiet week. The quality was insane. Bill
Yeah.
Belichick and Nick Saban in the same week is
Yep.
unbelievable.
Have we talked about where we think he's going?
Belichick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
We mentioned something about it, but we can circle back. I think you might be right, Travis. I think Atlanta is looking like the
Yeah.
best spot because I do think Harbaugh is going to come in,
To go rally?
Mhm.
go to the Chargers.
Atlanta would be a good place for him.
I don't know. I think he wants somewhere with a quarterback or he's going to retire. I mean,
Really? You think he's gonna retire?
the past 4 years he's had, or I'm sorry, is it 4 years?
I-
3 years? He's had McCorkle, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and Zappy. I don't think he's gonna want to go somewhere without a quarterback.
I don't think he'll retire though. He's 15 wins short of most wins.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But I mean, Saban retired without ending on a high note.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean-
but he's so close that you can't retire. That's
15
2 seasons, maybe 3.
That's a lot.
If he stayed with the
3
Patriots,
seasons
it would've
is a
been 5
while,
seasons.
man.
Yeah.
How old is he?
Well,
Mid-70s, Belichick?
Yeah, I
3
think
more
so.
years is a lot to ask out of a guy that old.
Yeah. Well, Pete Carroll's doing it. Well, he's done
He's
now.
done,
too.
yeah, that's what, exactly.
I don't think he'll retire.
And Pete Carroll looked
He
a
wants
hell of
to
a lot
coach.
better
That's,
shape
his,
than
that's his
Belichick.
life.
I did think if he wasn't going to coach the Patriots this year, like last week, I was thinking about it. If he wasn't going to coach for the Patriots this next year, I thought he was going to be done.
All right, let me just throw out a thought. Say the Bills don't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I might
McDermott?
kill myself. All right, I don't condone that. It's just a joke, guys.
What about Belichick?
What if Belichick goes to Alabama?
No.
That'd be funny.
You need an offensive coach. That's what we've been complaining about. So if you fire McDermott,
But it's Belichick.
man,
He'll get the guys.
You're not firing McDermott
But
this year.
all right, listen.
Regardless, because you made the playoffs.
Belichick
I'm
comes to
telling you.
Buffalo. There's gonna be so many people that would want the job. You have
True.
Josh Allen at quarterback.
True.
You have Stephon Diggs at wide receiver. You have that insane defense who now Belichick has and would make even better.
He's got a point.
But if you look at all the last Super Bowl winners, it's all offensive coaching.
Except for Belichick.
When was his last one? 2019?
17? 19? 19.
18
Yeah,
maybe?
18?
No, it was 18. I think.
Either way, that's
18.
last 5 years. That's 5 years ago. That's not that long.
What if we hired
That-
prime time?
Shador.
man. Yeah, draft Shador. He can be our
Get
placeholder.
Travis Hunter.
Oh! Breaking news: Yankees and Snell apparently are talking. That's not.
Oh.
Let's be honest. We're not going to sign him.
I don't like how he looks. I'm not a fan of his facial
Jared
structure.
Mayo is a strong candidate to replace Belichick.
I do like Jared Mayo as the head coach for New England because there's not a lot of guys.
Where
I
is
think
he
Vrabel
from?
makes the most sense,
Yeah,
but I
Vrabel makes
Vrabel
sense
does make
too,
the most
yeah.
sense. I agree there. Gerard Mayo, he does have the trust and respect of the locker room though. He's from when he retired and becoming a DC now. He's done pretty good for himself.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting in the
It'll
coming
be
weeks.
interesting, yeah. It'll be a fun off season.
Yeah, it will be. We'll be talking more about
Yeah.
that. Now, moving into, we'll talk about the NHL because
Yeah.
we have a Sabres fan as our special guest. Unfortunately, we're Sabres fans.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah. What do you think about the season so far? Give me your honest opinion.
I've been talking with my dad the whole year saying if they make it to the All-Star break 500, I think I like their chances because they're a young team and I think maybe they'll get together at the end of the year. But they cannot string wins together.
Nope.
They have, it's twice I think they've won more than, they've won 2 games in a row and they haven't won
Yeah.
3. It's pretty concerning. I think they lost their identity.
I think what's concerning is that Levi is in the NHL right now. I'm not going to lie. He should not be in the NHL. He should be in Rochester. He needs to develop. That's no
What's his
goalie.
stats?
No goalie gets drafted and goes right into the NHL. That's just not a thing for hockey. It's not.
Rather
The
have
last
him than
goalie-
Comrie.
What?
Rather have him than Comrie.
Well, you got UPL Comrie.
We needed to go after
UPL,
Hellebuck or
man,
somebody
is-
this year.
Hellebuck would have been nice.
We needed a goalie.
We needed
Levi,
to go after
there's
somebody.
no
who can
reason Levi we should be
break
rushing
up
Levi
games
into the
like that.
NHL
100%.
because he could be really good for us, and
Yeah.
we could be ruining his development. Right
We
now.
needed, well, I was going to say inning eater, but that's not a thing. We needed a guy who could eat up games.
Yeah,
Hellebuck, Gibson, literally any of those guys who could play significant
Still
time.
can't believe you got rid of Allmark, man.
yeah, I know.
He was good.
And
too.
Leonard.
yeah.
Well, Leonard's not playing anymore.
Yeah.
So he had he went bankrupt.
Yeah,
because of
what
a
happened?
exotic pet thing or
That
something.
was,
I don't know.
dude. I'm like, why isn't he on the starting roster? I'm like, did he get hurt? I looked on the injury report. He's not there. I look up Robin Leonard. Robin Leonard goes bankrupt. It was the weirdest article I've ever read in my life.
But the Sabres, man, I think last year their focus was get better defense, and then they lost their offense because they tried to, and their defense isn't even that good. So I don't know. Maybe Granato.
I don't know. Maybe Granato's time is over.
It just sucks
From,
because
from Rappaport, it's looking like Jared Mayo is
Looking
gonna
like
happen.
the guy. Huh. Well, now where does Vrabel go?
I don't know.
That's interesting.
LA.
Maybe.
Vrabel, Herbo.
Yeah.
That could be.
They have a good defense in LA.
They do.
I mean, they're gonna need.
They could be so good.
They need to get rid of a few players because I think their contracts are just way too expensive.
Chargers are in just a.
Not a good scenario.
No.
Yeah.
Ever since they left San Diego,
They could be so good,
They were, they weren't
but
too
they
good
are
before
just
that.
not looking good right now.
How'd that happen?
I don't know.
I want them to be as good as possible because the more competition
Yeah, I
in
like
the
the Chargers.
AFC West,
I like Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
the better it is for us because then you knock the Chiefs a little bit.
Yeah.
So we thought the Broncos would do.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, back to the Sabres. I mean, it's just kind of hell.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah,
It's cold here in Buffalo.
Real cold.
Yeah.
There's no grit on
They're
this
the
team.
Sabres.
Same old
Sabres.
no grit
Yeah,
team.
we were gonna go tonight, but
Yeah.
we realized
Screw
it was a
that.
Sabres game.
And they're playing the Senators, who also suck.
We realized it was a Sabres game we'd be going to, so
The
we're like,
tickets-
nah, let's not
The
go.
tickets, the price of the ticket was tempting, and then I realized, oh wait, we live in Buffalo.
Yeah, it's the
We'd have to
Sabres.
watch the Sabres. We're not going to no Vegas game.
Yeah, think about that. Think about how much fun it would be to go to a Sabres game if they were good.
I just want to go to a Sabres game in shorts, meaning the playoffs.
Yeah,
That'd
right.
be,
Yeah.
that'd be
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But, you know,
yeah.
And I mean, even if we somehow scraped into the playoffs this year, we'd get shut out.
I
It'd
think
be
I
4-0.
think that's why last year was so important to scrape in just to get that experience. You'd
Yep.
be playing on house
Yeah.
money last
Yeah.
year. You know, no one would care what you do.
That's what I said. I
And they
said last
just
year.
blew it.
I was saying last
1
year,
point.
all we need to do was make the playoffs. I don't care if we got 4-0'd.
I would enjoy every minute of it.
We would have been in the playoffs, man. We're talking about the playoffs.
And no matter how bad the Sabres are, I still believe our last playoff one is more recent than the Jets. So
That is brutal.
screw the Jets, man.
That is
Whenever you're feeling sad, look at the Jets.
Yeah.
And not the Joe Namath. No, the Joe Namath interview is really funny. If you've ever seen that, he's like hammered on the sideline.
Joe Namath, dude.
Yeah.
Those athletes back in the day.
Oh.
Oh my god, man. Imagine they did that shit now.
Put in prison.
I mean, you get fined. You get fined your whole game check for blocking weird.
Yeah, who was that? Some guy just made like a block. It looked like a normal run of the mill block. That's weird. How does that really not have any noise about that?
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. So the Sabres. I mean,
yeah.
they're the Sabres.
Let's go Buffalo, I guess.
USA won the World Juniors.
They did. Yeah.
A lot of Sabres prospects in display in that
Yeah.
tournament. But,
Dude.
you know, when they get to the NHL, it looks like they forget how to skate. So I don't know.
Dude, some of those names are sweet.
Yeah.
Rutger McGroarty.
Yeah, I
And
know.
then Cutter.
Dude.
I watched the championship when I was home.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fun game to watch. The Swedes were. It was getting chippy.
Yeah. Swedes did not
It was-
like it.
It was hometown for the Swedes,
Yeah.
and USA was playing into that villain role pretty good.
Oh, yeah, McGrady. That's what
Yeah,
Their uniforms are so cool.
they are. Did you see their chant in the locker room after?
What was it?
They were just
Yeah,
they were
the
all
USA
sitting
hockey
around
is
at the
do or
end of
die
it.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just screaming. It's pretty cool, dude. I love watching USA hockey,
Yeah.
no matter what level it is. It's like every
I
other.
almost like the juniors more than
Oh,
March
yeah.
Madness.
Yeah.
I mean,
March
Whoa,
Madness.
whoa,
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 whoa, whoa,
chill.
Almost.
Whoa.
There, it's probably like my second favorite
Whoa.
non-professional like tournament. Like
It's a good
I
tournament.
like it more than college football.
It's a good tournament.
I like watching it more than college football.
I disagree.
But I don't
I do
like
like
pro
watching
sports. So this is the only thing I like that's not.
Yeah.
I mean, I only like pro sports.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like college.
I get that.
I agree with
March Madness is good. I like watching March Madness.
March Madness is number
March
one.
Madness is number one, but I think
but
this
I
is a
do-
close second, in my opinion. I don't like college football. I mean, maybe next year it's better.
The 12 team should be
I'm just
better.
not interested with 4 teams. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I do like the World Juniors. It's a fun tournament,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of good prospects you can watch in that. So that's the only thing good happening in USA. But other than that, I mean, a lot of college basketball. I know.
A lot of upsets.
Yeah, last 72 hours. I
1,
guess.
2, and 3.
Yeah,
All
and
got
5.
taken down. And 5, yeah.
Tennessee lost 2 and 9,
Yeah.
and Clemson.
Wait,
And Colorado
where's
State.
Marquette?
Marquette's 4.
Well, they lost 2. Twice.
No, I think Marquette's lower than 4. There's a lot of upsets, but
Yeah.
um,
I have to leave in like
we're gonna
10 minutes too.
we're talking less about all this stuff because
Yeah.
we got the special guest on, so the other topics aren't as much of a priority. We will. It was a big week to not talk about, though. There's a lot of upsets going
Yeah.
on, but a lot of good wins for some lower teams.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God I didn't bet on any of those games, dude. I stayed away because they were so heavily favored. But other than that, John Morant came back and is already gone again with a season-ending injury.
Wemby played insane versus
He
the Bucks.
Triple-double
Yeah.
went off. And they announced a new show, which is
Yeah.
going to be like the quarterback show with
LeBron,
Mahomes and Kirk
Tatum.
And,
Who
was
else?
Anthony Edwards on there?
Yeah, Anthony Edwards, Sabonis. There's one more.
Dude,
Jimmy
Sabonis
Butler.
is balling.
Yeah.
He is playing so good. I didn't even realize it. And my buddy sent me it was compared to the Justin Jefferson Stephon Diggs trade with him and Halliburton.
Yeah.
They're both going off. Halliburton
Didn't
could be a
Halliburton just get
superstar.
hurt, though?
He might
I
have.
think he did.
He could be a superstar within the next couple of years, and Domantas Sabonis is quietly playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
So that'll be something to talk about in the coming weeks.
Is he gonna be Rookie of the Year, Wemby, or is Holmgren?
Probably.
He'll probably be rookie of the
Yeah.
year. It's gonna be based off.
It's like Bedard.
Yeah.
I still think it was hilarious when him and Bedard
Oh my god.
Yeah, that
together.
was
It
funny,
looked-
yeah.
Bedard's like a normal human height.
Yeah.
Wemby's an alien. I would wonder what it's like to stand next to Wemby. Like I'd
Hey,
just
what's
be.
up, dude?
You'd have to scream, right? Because we're not tall.
Yeah. No.
No, we're not.
No,
We're not tall.
we're not 7 feet tall. We're not even 6 feet tall.
I mean,
We're close.
Travis's brother would
Yeah, he'd be closer to him.
be a little
Yeah,
closer.
not that much.
How's the
closer.
weather
Was
up
he
there?
like 6'5"?
6'4", maybe 6'3". I don't know.
What
Not
would it,
6'5".
what would it be like to be 6'4"?
Yeah, I know. That'd be cool.
5'9" my whole life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5'9", guys.
But
We could touch the rim if we stretch good enough.
Yeah.
And there's a trampoline.
Oh man. Yeah.
MLB, Teoscar Hernandez.
Didn't he sign during the Bills game?
Signs it. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he did.
I
To
think
the
I saw a
Dodgers.
tweet. Someone said
Yep.
Teoscar Hernandez has the gall to sign during this Bills game.
Yeah. So.
Aren't the Yankees looking at Stroman too?
Yeah,
Yep.
they're heavy favorites for Stroman. I saw they were in the running for Jordan Hicks, but so are the Astros, so he'll go there. And then,
Dude looks like a cartel member.
well,
Scares me, man.
Yeah.
Him and Loizaga.
dude, I love Loizaga so much. Johnny Lasagna.
Yankees, man.
Yeah, dude, we better be good this year.
Yeah. Hopefully.
And
World
then,
Series, let's go.
last but not least, like I mentioned earlier, Blake Snell. Hopefully,
Yep.
we can make a push for him because we didn't get Yamamoto.
Yeah.
Still mad about that. I'm gonna be mad about that. Zegras is out for 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah. So is Bedard. Bedard is out 6 to 8
Yeah.
weeks too, I think, right? Something
Yeah.
like that. So.
I like him.
Yeah.
He brings some excitement to hockey. People hate on him, but it's not
Who,
his
Bedard?
fault. No,
Oh, Zegras? Yeah,
it's
I
not
like him
his.
too.
It's not
I
his
know.
fault. The media always shows him and
Yeah.
gets you sick of him. Like he's exciting
I
for the
like
game.
him. Yeah. He's a good role model for the younger players.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun.
It's a new era of hockey. All the younger kids are coming in. New skill sets, faster.
Yeah.
Fun time.
Hopefully Ovi can get the goals though.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
I don't know, it's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be
gonna
tough.
be
He's
tough,
still
yeah.
got 60.
I know.
Old.
And he's not doing good. This year.
Ovi, dude. Out of all the players in
He
the
may
NHL,
have hit the wall, man. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
when you grow up, you're either an Ovi or a Crosby guy.
I was a Crosby guy.
I was an Ovi guy.
That's why I was
I-
87 all these years.
I liked Ovechkin more, I guess, but just because I hated the Penguins. So
And I was the
that's a
biggest
good
Penguins fan.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
you gotta pick a team when the Sabres suck.
True. That was really the one sport where you were either this or that, right?
Yep.
Growing up.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, usually, Bills fans, it's tough.
Yeah.
It was a tough life growing up. But now we're okay.
Yeah.
And then Sabres suck.
I'd like to throw out a little fact. I was looking at I forgot, like I was either just on YouTube or wherever, and it showed the amount of interceptions thrown by great quarterbacks their first 6 years.
Yeah.
And I think
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
I saw
I
that
think Brady, Manning, Breeze,
I know Favre's on there. He's got it.
Favre had
Yeah.
more, and
All
Roethlisberger all had more than Allen.
Allen, yeah.
And I'm not saying it's like not a problem, but let's calm down and
Yeah, it's over. His
Yeah, it's-
interceptions are way overhyped.
as long
Yeah,
as you're
yeah.
throwing twice as many touchdowns
Yeah,
or have twice as many
exactly.
touchdowns.
Yeah, if he
If you
wasn't
talk to
throwing
any
any
Bills,
touchdowns,
if you talk to any Bills fan, they're gonna say.
I mean, Jameis Winston got love for his 30-30.
yeah,
Yeah.
30-30.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's a different story. If you're
Yeah.
throwing 30 touchdowns, throwing 30 interceptions,
Yeah.
completely
I
different
mean,
story.
Allen has the best ratio besides Mahomes
Yeah.
in the past 4 years.
Yeah.
I just like to.
yeah,
Since
it doesn't help him
No.
when he kind of just does what he wants.
He's a slinger, man.
He
does.
just-
he
he-
throws the ball.
I think the one guy said
Hate
it
him and love him
best.
for it.
Yeah, I think the one guy said it. It's the most interesting experience being a Bills
Yeah.
fan
Yeah.
because you get plays like when he
The
threw that
high-
pick to Eli Apple, and then you get plays when he ran for that first down.
That was the
to
best play.
seal us the game.
That was the best play since. I'm going back here a little bit. Allen's second year against the Cowboys, 4th and 1, where he pulled it out of the scrum.
Yeah.
That game was so hyped.
That I think was my favorite
And
play.
I'll keep saying this about Allen. The highs are highs, the lows are lows.
Yep.
That's
It's a double-edged
that's what
sword,
it is.
man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hopefully we can make a push here.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they want it. They
Yeah.
want it. It looks like everybody wants it.
the year we least expected it during the regular
Yep.
season, maybe
That's
the
what
year.
I
Yeah,
said.
I know.
We've been saying this.
Maybe
We're like,
the year we
imagine.
did it.
It's going to be the year.
We got to go back to when they were 6-6. Go back to that episode.
yes.
Let's see what we said.
We got to
about
go
them
back.
then.
That was our... No, that
That
wasn't our
was-
first episode.
no.
It
As
was like
long
our
as you have
third or
him,
fourth
you
or
have a
something like
chance to beat any team,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
that's really what it
He's a difference
comes
maker.
down to.
And
Yeah.
I said this a couple weeks ago. It's in the one edit on TikTok on our page.
Yep.
Go follow it, the Buffalo Take.
I gotta make some more of those.
By definition, the MVP is the most valuable player to their team.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson, I mean, technically, yeah. But you can argue they got Roquan Smith, who's unbelievable on defense.
I mean, I saw the accounting for a team's touchdowns percentages. Allen's at like 81%. This was a few weeks,
Yes.
so it's probably changed. But and Lamar was at 55, and he had a 5 touchdown game, so it's probably a little skewed now.
Yeah.
But
If-
without Allen, we're a 7
Exactly.
and 10 team.
Exactly, at best.
Yeah,
I really-
agree.
Without Allen, we are not making
I mean,
the
we
playoffs
left the
in
field.
slightest.
We left the field with a lead under 2 minutes in 4 or 3 games, and we lost all those games.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if he doesn't win us a game outright, I mean, other than lately,
Yeah, he's the guy on this team, and out of every team, I'd argue that he means the most to this team than anybody else to any other team.
I would agree.
You could say Tyreek Hill earlier in the year, but you
You need to get him.
You need to get him
He can't
the
do everything himself.
exactly. Jalen Waddle's hurt. That doesn't help either. And I mean, you can make the argument they took him off the field, and the next play was an interception that won us the game. CMC is another guy who means a lot, but they also have Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, Brock Purdy, a defense that is unbelievable.
Look at CMC on Carolina. How many games did they win?
Exactly.
They
They also,
like,
yeah.
you could.
It's a good argument.
People
yeah.
get mad that it's a quarterback award, but guess what? What's the most? Who
Yeah.
has the ball in their hands every
Yeah.
play?
Yeah.
Who basically decides how your team is playing, pretty much.
Yes.
For the most part.
Who
if
can
your
win a game
quarterback is playing-
single-handedly?
Exactly.
A
That's
quarterback, not a running
Yeah.
back, a quarterback.
yeah. And I
It's
think
that
if you
simple.
break it, it's Lamar or Josh Allen at this point.
Yeah.
How many Super Bowls does Barry Sanders have?
Exactly.
How many? But then you look at every outstanding quarterback ever, just by far awesome, has at least one Super Bowl because they can will their team.
Yep.
It's hard. That's why they don't maybe have as
Yes.
many Super Bowls, but it's a quarterback award, and I'm sorry, it's always going to be a quarterback
Yeah.
award. It's dumb to not be.
Yeah. Yeah. So we could go on this
Yeah.
for hours. And I think the grand scheme of things is Josh Allen should be
Yes.
the MVP.
And the Bills are winning the Super Bowl. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills. Thanks for having me.
We're happy to have you anytime. Thank you for being our first special guest. I mean,
That was a
lot
fun
of fun.
it took us 13 weeks to get one on, and we finally did. And
You want
this
to
is the
wait
last-
till something good popped up.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is the last week of in person.
Yeah.
You'll be back in
I'll be
Tampa.
back
I'll
in
be back
Tampa.
in.
Hopefully I see you in a
only in New
month.
York.
I'll be,
Hopefully
back
I
in
see you in a
Buffalo.
month.
Hopefully.
For the Bills Super Bowl.
That's
That'd
right.
be amazing.
Hope to see you.
I will see you in a month.
Yeah. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Thank you guys for listening to episode 13 of the Buffalo Take. I know this might be a little bit longer of an episode, but we had fun, and it was a good episode. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. See you guys.
Bye-bye.